But the gist of what I was going to say is that you could almost sum the lecture up in a sentence. You can't leave. That the impact is not much. I mean, I'm going to go into a bit more detail than that, but I would argue that within an Irish context specifically, it hasn't revolutionised old media in the way that I think it's gone to a greater extent within the US. There are, when we look at, you use the internet, I'll give you the stats on that in a second. Maybe not quite as much as would be the case in the United States, but probably we probably use the net as much as the average European country. But for the most part, I think media organisations here, or those media organisations which are prevalent on the internet, are the same ones that have previously been prevalent in print media and in broadcast media. The emergence of significant, let's call them net natives, that is, media websites which began their life on the internet, hasn't really happened here. There's no salon.com, no remote equivalent to that in this country. When it comes to blogs, there's nothing like a Huffington Post. That kind of, I sent a literal email around tonight to my colleagues, to the journalist colleagues, and said, can you name a single major story in the last 10 years that started in online media and transitioned, if you like, into what's called old media, printed broadcast media, and I got no responses. Actually, I got responses, but nobody could think of a single example of it. That said, I'm going to talk about an event that happened literally a couple of weeks ago, right at the end.